It's so good to see you, Bill. Welcome to the show.
Good to see you, buddy.
Thanks for having us.
Rell, when we talked last time, it was awesome.
I remember it was fun.
It was a lot of fun. Congrats on season 2. So much fun. Craig, I wanted to know, it's interesting because every time there's a season 1 of a show, there's introductions for everyone about the characters. Like, you've never played this character before and everything. So coming back for season 2, do you feel like you are starting to understand this character a little bit more? You still learning more about it? What's that mindset returning for season 2?
Definitely learning more about him, but certainly understand more about coming in. Yeah, coming in was like, okay, we can play. We started to get our footing, last season. I guess midway through, which was fine. But this season, yeah, we came in knowing who we were and kind of where we were going, or so we thought, until I started seeing some of the scripts.
But it's interesting. Rell, what is that kind of first feeling when you finally get some of the scripts? Because I feel like the timelines are always different depending on the shows and the circumstances, but you finally get those season 2 scripts. What's kind of going through your mind a little bit? Are you focused on the characters? Do you just want to know what happens? Is it a little bit of both?
I mean, it's almost, when we get the scripts, it's always like you never know what's going to happen. Every episode is different. Every character, every scene is different. I mean, especially with this season, we'll be just like, oh, word? I'm reading it as if I'm not in the show. Like, this Isaiah's an a-hole, you know what I mean? So the writing between, with the guys and with our great showrunners, Dan and Luke, and the rest of the writing staff, they're so dope. They keep us guessing. We don't know what's going on. It's like Marvel. It's like you know what I mean? So we're surprised every day. And when we get on set, it's just a fresh new take. You can never get bored in the show as an actor. That's why it's one of the best shows I've worked on.
And I feel like, Craig, it's a tricky one for the audience member because, you've been on a lot of shows where people could just sit back, come home from a big day at work, have a pizza, Craig, and watch The Office and Brooklyn Nine-Nine. This one, you think it would be one of those shows, but if you're not paying attention, you're going to miss something and killing it. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Put your phone away and pay attention.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a roller coaster, and especially this season, it just went to a whole nother place. And so, I hope people get into it like you are and fall in love with these characters.
It's a roller coaster you can't get off of, basically. Right. You're strapped in and you're doomed, right?
You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave.
Right.
Well, it's got the whole works too. It's got the loop-de-loops and the upside downs and the toss and turns. Rell, I feel like it's interesting as well too, because, we talked about this last time as well. It's got the really laugh out loud moments, but there's kind of some of the moments with the brothers and the backstories and everything where it really hits hard, right? Have you always seen comedy with the serious undertones as well? Because I feel like we look at all these tons of shows, there's all these really serious undertones of some of the best sitcoms out there as well.
I think that it's open for it now. I don't know. I don't remember growing up if there were shows like that, but now you got Insecure was like that, and you got Barry is like that, and I think we're also riding that same wave. So a lot of shows don't do it well. I think we have a great balance of it where you're gonna be in a roller coaster every single episode. So I think that's just, once again, a testament to how good the writing is. So I think we're one of the best shows that can kind of play anywhere. It's almost like a genre-less show. We can do whatever we want. So that gives us a lot more range.
100%. And Craig, you look at Killing It, you look at other projects you've done. I do have to give a shout out because Mona Lisa and the Blood Moon is one of the best movies I've ever seen, man. I do have to say that movie was wild. I love that movie. That movie was so good, much. Dude. So good.
That was great. Yeah, again, make some noise for Annalena.
Rell, have you seen that movie?
I haven't seen it. Craig don't send me free stuff,
man. You gotta see this movie. It's a crazy movie. But my question, Craig, is you look at all these characters, it's pretty cool to be able to work in a lot of these different, even if they're comedy worlds, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, The Office, this. They're all different characters, right? That's the dream, right? To be able to kind of dive into all these different worlds, play these different characters, Craig.
For sure. Especially, with the writing and then Dan, Goor, and Luke Del Tredici, they wrote Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and then they're writing this show. So it's two different styles of writing, but from the same people. It's a mind trip because in Brooklyn, there's no cussing. There's you got to keep it light, and there's joke after joke after joke. Here, we take our time a little bit. We curse all we want, and and there's dark and edgy and humor and heart. So it's and then going in these different characters, there's you find out a little bit about yourself with each one.
Yep.
Every time we saw the Pontiac Bandit, even before we ended the episode, we knew what was going to happen. Like every time.
that was probably the most fun of the show, just figuring out how he was going to twist it. But you really believe they're friends, and they are. But it's like I get it's almost like this relationship. It's like there's love there, but hey, I got to do you wrong, homie.
Oh, this is like one of the best things. And Rel, what are those like? What I mean, are there a lot of conversations with you guys like before going in and shooting it, or is it just kind of like Rel, you just got to go in and do your thing with Craig? Like, or do you have a lot of conversations about how you're going to do things and everything, or do you just let the script kind of work itself out? Like, I'm curious about that, Rel.
I think we do a combination of both. We rehearse a lot, like not like a structured thing. We'll be like, yo, let's jump on the phone real quick and go through it.
Or Zoom.
Yeah, we'll Zoom. We'll jump. We'll hang out. We'll go do a show and then go read some lines or whatever. But like I've said it before, because Craig and I knew each other before. It was always like a lot of times you get on set, I just don't know each other. You kind of like you don't know what to say, or you don't want to go through mess up their process. He can just call me whenever. We can just get on the jump, and it's like we're good all the way. So I think naturally having a relationship as friends before the show, I think comes across better on screen.
Absolutely. And last question for a wrap up, Craig. I mean, specifically with season 2, because I just want to know, because like we picked up where we left off, but I feel like it hits a lot harder this season. It's got a lot of the laughs, but it gets very deep. What are you hoping the audience like takes away from season 2 specifically of Killing It when they get a chance to see it on Peacock?
My hope is that they'll understand struggle is natural and you can overcome. Whether you do it legally or illegally, you can overcome. You can and I just hope they laugh and like and get into it, because it's really fun making the show, and it's really something that I hold dear. I love like I said, it's got the heart, the humor, the edge, and the darkness. It's a lot there to just kind of let it affect you, but not too hard.
And I can't wait for people to see season 2 Killing It on Peacock. Gentlemen, it was an honor and privilege to speak with you both. Thank you so much for your time, and all the best.
Thank you, buddy.
You're welcome. Thank you for getting the word out.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.